Hey everyone, this is Jamie Broderick. I've been working with entrepreneurs for 16 years, and I think it's more important than ever to share your message with the world and share your work with your clients. My newest project is the Above the Crowd Intensive, which is kicking off a second session on October 19th. And I brought a spotlight guest on today, one of the clients from the August Intensive. This is Susie Mordo. Hey.
Hi, thanks for having me.
She's agreed to answer some questions that you may be having about the intensive if you're thinking of joining us next week. So the first question, Susie, well, one thing you've realized is that I like to keep my program numbers super small so that I can really get to know each person and their businesses. So I'd like to know from you what your experience was, what you liked about the size of the group. We had about 5 in the intensive last time.
Okay, that's easy because that's actually what attracted me into this in the first place. Because I have done some other coaching and sometimes it's a larger group and it just feels like I have to figure a lot out myself. The thing that attracted me with the smaller group is that I love the way you and Marissa kind of take a look at our businesses individually and then give us personalized feedback on what it is we can do and just very doable action steps. And it really makes a big difference. And the women in the group, fantastic. Like the diversity around it, they offer different perspectives of how you're being perceived, even if it's somebody that's not in your arena.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not just one highway for everyone because everyone's starting in a different place and has a different target they're heading towards. So everyone's path, even though they're following the same signature system of mine, everyone's path is very unique. I feel that's really important in order to get great results. So during the last meeting for the intensive, Christine Hansen, another member, thanked everyone for being so supportive and so positive and for bringing the shine factor, quote unquote. So as somebody who teaches and encourages positivity and happiness in her own clients' lives, Susie, I was wondering if you could share your perspective about this aspect of the intensive.
Well, that, sometimes you walk in and you're really uncertain as to like who's going to be at the table and you don't really know, but I will tell you, it was fantastic because the level of commitment from everybody in the group was really high. And what's super important to me is being surrounded by positive, supportive people because I have done a lot of work, both professionally and personally. And it is something that is what, basically catapults me. Like I respond to positive feedback. I am not one that wants, we beat ourselves up enough that having people around you that hold space for you and that can offer you, encouragement is really important. And the women you attract are smart and, they're simply just capable and strong. I love it.
Yeah, I love to see the potential in people and then help the client see it themselves, start to believe in it, and then help them achieve it. It's amazing.
Exactly.
So much fun.
And wherever they are, even if you're feeling good about some stuff, there's always something that like you need help with and you really, help hold that space. So thank you.
Oh yeah. No matter how successful you've been, there's always more for you. You may not see it yet.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I love to spotlight my clients, and this interview is one example. I also regularly, which I never can say regularly, I also comment, share, and like the social media posts. I congratulate my clients publicly online whenever they have a big win, which is usually often. There's always something being accomplished. I've created events for clients so that they can speak in front of an audience. I even wrote about 2 clients from the intensive in my Entrepreneur magazine article. So I feel like it's not only something I enjoy doing, putting people in the spotlight, but I feel like it's also a way to gently push them out of the shadows and into the spotlight. So what did you think about this added layer of visibility and encouragement?
Well, I think that's actually your special sauce. It's like your secret sauce. And so no matter what it is you do, you're adding, again, that extra little something, and you're literally leading by example, encouraging us to repeat the process. Like, what if we write about the people that we work with, right? The case studies and using them as examples. And you really encourage that. So even just having a conversation like what we're doing right now, and then however it is you're going to use it, makes me think I could probably do that in my huddle or accountability groups or whatnot. And I don't. So I really appreciate you showing us a different way with tools that we use already.
Mm-hmm. The world needs to hear from you. So why not?
Yeah, and then the ripple effect of that.
Of course, the ripple effect. Yes, it is powerful. So I know you also got a lot of strategic tactical solutions in addition to the support and the mindset and the confidence and the cheering. There's also a lot of strategy we talk about. So one thing you actually learned just by experiencing the program, you were able to kind of model the way I delivered the program and apply it to your clients. So can you share with us how the delivery of the program gave you ideas on how to improve the experience for your clients?
Absolutely. So what's really interesting, and I always smile, I'm one of those people that, you're always trying to find build a better mousetrap, so to speak. And what's another way to do it? So I had certain processes in place, and I would deliver content in probably more of an old school, whatever, it's a PDF or whatever it is that, however that comes across and, what you do with it. And I literally have some of the same software that you have that you use in the program, but I never even thought to use it the way that you do. And so it really helped me understand, like, I can actually take what I have, come at it from a different direction and then enhance the experience. And I did. I mean, I actually implemented it. So within whatever week it was, and, we got a lot of weeks in between, I did the same concept with how I deliver these, content that I want them to answer. And the clients, it made it super easy, super fun, and they were super engaged. They literally were sending me thank yous. Thank you for this. That was so much fun. I can't wait to see what you have next. And really, it felt like, I raised it to the next level. So
Yeah,
thank you for showing
good.
me something new.
Well, that's just another example of ripple effect. So everybody
Right.
wins, right? So pass on your goodness onto the next person, and it affects even the next layer and the next layer. It's good stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So thank you for helping my clients.
You are welcome. I love it. It's really good. Yeah, another thing I did inside the program was not just tell you what to do, but I modeled things like how to repurpose and repackage content to be used another way. Because we
Yes.
tell you that, but seeing it actually happen before your eyes, you're like, oh, look at that. I don't have to keep creating and creating and creating. I can repurpose and repackage and leverage what I already have, and it'll extend the life of something in new ways.
Exactly. I'm super visual too, so I love looking at it and
Yeah.
seeing it.
So another thing we talked about, let's see. Oh, well, in a testimonial that you did for us, you mentioned that you felt you were already being seen differently. So I was hoping you could expand on what you meant.
Okay. Well, I am actually a little multi-passionate. So I had basically a other job than my coaching. And what happened in that event planning work during COVID, it got wiped out. So my coaching was always something that was sort of in addition to. And what I've really had to do during this time was pivot. And it took me, a little bit of time to kind of get my sea legs around. It wasn't that I wasn't coaching. It's just, it was on the side. It's like, the side order. Now it had to become like the main dish. And so I was doing a little bit of work, and this intensive hit literally at exactly the time that I needed it. And it helped me just sit in that space without perhaps talking about the event work, but it's my reality of what it was. And so I really appreciate being just able to sit in that, discuss it, brainstorm, and then, move forward. So you really helped me a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, it's important to get other perspectives right now, to be able to pivot and be creative and not just sit and wait and hope everything's going to return to normal. I had a conversation, well, it was a text message back and forth with Derek Halpern. You know him. He used to be in Social Triggers.
Yep.
So we were talking about, he's in New York. So he was talking about how his friends in New York were losing businesses right and left. And he gave me some examples about one friend is a bartender, and he's basically out of work. And of course, I'm like getting creative. I'm like, what else could he do? I said, how about if he starts a series about how to create these incredible drinks, like become this awesome guy that teaches us these cool cocktails. I would, like, in March, my God, everyone wanted a cocktail. So I was like, that would be so impactful. And the other one, he said, somebody had a high-end bakery and their rent was, so expensive in New York. So they basically lost their shirts. So I was like, well, what about home delivery? What about curbside? What about, what else can they do? Like, just do national shipping. He's like, and his point is that most people cannot think that way and think about what else is possible for them. They just kind of say, well, this is me and it's over. And now the world sucks, like, rather than, well, what else can we do? So having a group to help you kind of brainstorm and get creative and position yourself in a new way, it's really important right now.
Right. And invaluable, really. We can't just sit and wait, and we can't afford not to work. It's not good for us, emotionally, mentally, and certainly financially. So it allows us to be creative and pivot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been working online for almost 4 years exclusively. Mm-hmm. So the way I work is not different, but I hope I'm helping other people start to think differently for themselves. So this is the final week that people can join the intensive. It starts Monday, October 19th. It's a 5-week program. So I would love to hear from you what you would say to somebody that's kind of been clicking through and watching and thinking about it and not sure if it's for them. What would you say to those considering the program?
Well, I would certainly say you will always be the best investment you can make, right? The market's going up and down. And if you invest in something that's going to help move your wheel or make you progress or see things in a different way, the ripple effect of that will help you throughout, your life, both personally and professionally.
And what results would someone expect from the intensive?
Well, I think they can expect to get uncomfortable because stepping out, if that's not something, or being seen in a different way, perhaps is a little uncomfortable, but that's how you grow. Mm-hmm. So it's really a chance to grow and learn. And I think you can expect that.
Yeah, results for sure. And how will their lives and businesses improve if they join the intensive?
That's kind of easy, because once you start doing this and you do it in a safe space, you start building up your confidence, right? And then now you start building up your confidence and you're willing to, push the end of your comfort zone a little bit more and do a little bit more. And so the more you do, the more confident you feel, and it just kind of cycles back and forth. And ultimately, then you start walking a little taller and you're shining kind of from within. You can't even deny it. Like, people will be like, what is she having? And what's that going on? So that's what I would say.
Yeah, it's powerful. And what else do you do when you're not traveling, really? This is the perfect time to hunker down and hang out with a few great people in the group and really invest in yourself and build something amazing.
Exactly. Even if you don't have an idea necessarily of what it is, if you come to the table, I promise you that brainstorming and co-creating will get your, juices flowing, so to speak.
Yeah. So one last question. So people got to get a little bit of an idea here about who I am. Can you tell everyone a little bit about Marissa? Because it was your first time meeting her and working with her. So you kind of trusted in me when you invested in the program. But Marissa is teaching 3 of the 5 live classes. So tell us your experience with Marissa, my lead instructor.
Okay. So Marissa was like a pleasant surprise, right? I did not even know Marissa was part of this when I jumped in. And that maybe doesn't reflect well on me, but I'm telling you the truth. So when she showed up and started facilitating the, different lessons or different weeks, she has such a beautiful gift of words, and the way she is able to listen, like it's a great yin yang with the two of you, because you listen and see things one way. She listens and will be able to sort of offer back what it is you're saying, perhaps in a different way, and maybe allow you to express yourself even better than you can yourself. And she's got an intuitive side to her, which to me is, priceless. So she's listening in, she's sort of digesting it all, and then she's giving it back to you. And in a way that's kind of like alchemy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and super nice. So it's always
Super.
an enjoyable experience. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me today, Susie. I'm going to post information below this video on how to find out more about the Above the Crowd Intensive and to connect with Susie online.
I love that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great
day.
All right. Bye.